So let's go up to the raspberry field. During the heat of the day, which is the name of this quest we're on, and also what I am experiencing in the real world as we speak. There's Dandelion coming along.
Iambic or dactylic? Or maybe something new. I'm feeling uninspired. What a nightmare.
Okay.
The sun rocks the earth. Grain falls from the stalk. Come away with me, wanderer. Come away with the noon wraith.
I prefer not to, but Dandelion?
Geralt?
How's the poem?
Could we do this tomorrow?
Too late. You'll have to improvise.
Master Dandelion, you're to play at my wedding.
Milady, Geralt and I have devised a short poem for 2 voices. Care to listen?
What?
Proceed.
His lips sealed, his eyes blank, his breast stone cold, his heart has ceased. Still in this world, yet no longer apart. Who is this man?
Corpse, the deceased, and wraith. Let's see. The top 2 are correct, but just think, it's a poem, and considering Dandelion is the singing kind of poet, rhymes are usually part of those. So corpse would probably not fly, and ceased, deceased, those rhyme.
The deceased.
New life comes as hope springs true. His soul shines by memory embraced. The dead returns to the land of his youth to seek his beloved's face. His breast heaves, yet cold it remains. His lips move, his eyes engrossed. Return to the world, but detained by death. Who is this man?
The dead are ghosts. His breast heaves, his cold remains, his lips move, his eyes engrossed. Ghost. Yeah.
A ghost.
Stop! Stop! Selena killed me. My soul shall know no peace until I am avenged.
There she is.
Alina, it's me, Selena. As you can see, you have been avenged.
Selena, don't blame yourself. I know you never intended to kill me.
I'm filled with regret. 'Tis justice. I am damned to wander the fields at night till the end of time.
Perhaps. But if we were able to lift one curse, I see no reason why we shouldn't.
Will you help, Witcher?
I'll try. Why did I save Abigail? Were her honor or virtue threatened? No. Because the law was being broken? No. Did I choose the lesser evil? No. The Reverend and his flock made a choice. I'm a witcher. I neither judge nor punish. I solve human problems. Not always using a sword.
Interesting. That artwork, which was also really, really good. Selena was wearing a bridal garland or a wreath on her head. Let's check on Dandelion, see if he has anything new to say.
Geralt?
Dandelion, care to explain why?
Well done, Geralt. I would have warned you, but I had to rely on a sudden inspiration.
Spare me your inspirations in the future.
Stop sulking. It worked, didn't it? Gave me an idea. I'll develop that theme into an epic work about folk customs.
Funny thing about Dandelion, which I probably should have mentioned earlier, just to give some book knowledge. Maybe I have mentioned earlier and just forgotten by now. And in Polish, his name is Jaskia or Jaskia, which means buttercup if translated to English. And let's see what happens now.
Wanderer, driven on by the wind as I am, why do you disturb me?
The second one is brutal, to to say the least. We'd like to help.
I'd like to help.
So one exists who is not indifferent to my fate. What is this? A wreath of immortality? Crown me, white-haired one. Free me!
Go in peace, Selena. You have suffered enough.
Elena just disappeared into the ground. Selena isn't. But we don't have the wreath in our quest items anymore. So we've given it to her. Meaning we've done what we set out to do, by all means. I should also mention now, though, that this quest is bugged. Meaning it won't register that we've handed the Wreath of Immortals to her right now in this chapter, but for the grander scheme of things, it will count. I'm mentioning this because, well, it'll explain a few things, and it's something I remember. Suddenly, about it. And Julian is in the inn, and we should go see him, yeah. So romantic. Really, this game is just... Another thing that I wanted to mention and comment about is Alina's Noonwraith model. That, by her crotch, there's blood, like a streak of blood going from there and down. Potentially there's supposed to be, maybe, I don't know, more to the plot about her being killed because of not wanting to, or because she was carrying a child illegitimately or something. I don't know. We're saving now again because we're gonna enter an inn, and inns are dangerous, as we know.
Can I help you?
Geralt?
I did what I could for Alina.
How did it happen?
Alina's soul found peace. Selena, well, there was no way I could help her.
Thank you, Geralt. I'm devastated. I was a happy man just a few days ago. Now, I don't know. I may go back to Kovir.
Anyone ask about me?
No. Yes, I almost forgot. The Fisher King. I think he wants to see you.
Thank you. I'll go see him.
Farewell.
Farewell.
So yeah, even though we've actually solved the quest in the big optimal way, which didn't require Adam to be alive, much to my thinking. We can delete this before we entered. We have solved it the optimal way, but both of the curses are lifted. But the game won't register that Selena is no longer a wraith. At least not in this chapter. That's a minor bug, which is quite major actually. Someone made a mod to fix it, but it doesn't really fix it. Because the problem is, they didn't record any voice lines for fixing it before actually solving it this way. It's an oversight on the developer's side, and they didn't fix it with the enhanced edition. It's something I'm miffed about, or whatever. The Fisher King wants to see me, wonder why. The Elven quest. We'll go by Berengar on the way there, won't we? Hopefully he hasn't snatched Alvin. 5 seconds we've been without the boy. The boy's there.
Yes?
Be good. I'll see you later.
I'm just paranoid. Yes. I'm paranoid and burning to death in the real world. That's why it's good to have a cold and refreshing drink on you. That way you can stay inside and make a peace debate a let's play without dying. But going outside in amazing weather is also cool, so...
Yeah.
Farewell.
I don't have anything to say to this. We gotta level up, so I'm thinking we should do that. But remember to go outside when the weather is nice. No matter what your definition of nice weather is. Just do something. Enjoy yourself. Strength for damage, parry and health. That's a lot of health. Attack, dodge and parry, that could also be cool. And some endurance, that's not as cool. And we could in theory go all the way up to maximum int, but I don't think we should. We should get some group steal going just to have that. No time. But don't know if I want that, even though that's... I mean, that's generally better, that'll improve us. And you know what? I'm going to take it for more attack, dodge and parry to make us unhittable. Pain, only in fast style. Listens to bleeding and armor. Dexterity is where it's at, I feel. We still have all these. I haven't maxed out. Precise hit in the group. We've got the fast silver, that's all leveled up. Here we need some precise hits in the group silver. Put some damage on the strong silver just to have it. They're incinerated. Did our sword cause incineration? And of course it's blinding, which works with the silver sword, but we can't set things on fire. That's why that works, sort of. Precise hit there. I think we'll get some damage going in these. Actually, no. Max out the group steal just to have that done. And power up during fist fights or the drunken brawl ability. Get the Hilton power up from the signs, but I'm not really thinking we'll need that. And Gold's not really a sign user, really. He's a great effect, but very rarely in the books. So, not worse when we're intoxicated. We don't really fight when we're drunk, so. Axie. Opponent's hex resistance, sure. I don't know what that means, but we'll take it. Yeah, we've solved the local monster problem. So now it's time for the personal side of the story. Because we're going by my theory that every chapter has a sort of personal quest line, and then the general list quest line. Berengar is still not chatty. So be it, he'll probably open up in a bit. Because the way I'm doing this Let's Play, I feel like the pacing in the game is also just wacky. Because on one hand, it's, the game doesn't change just because of the way I play it. But because of how I play it, my experience of it becomes different. And say if you are watching this, just one episode or part of this Let's Play per day, you're going to get a completely different experience than I was recording it. And if you just binge and watch all of it, you'll get a completely different experience too. And if you somehow manage to figure out when I make a break in the recording sessions, then you can have an experience sort of like mine. At the same time not, because I recorded things in a weird way, but I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to talk with Fisher King instead. What he has to say though.
I negotiated a peace between the humans and the Vodyanoi. I also defeated Dagon. Nothing to say again? Care to try? A short magic word. I know you can do it. Come now, before I decide you're a grumpy boob and a dimwit.
Grumpy boob. Dimwit. Because I don't feel the need to talk incessantly. I may not be the most talkative, but a grumpy boob and a dimwit? that harsh.
Well, you're welcome anyway.
The Fisher King is able to speak, he's just not really one to spare words. Or he's one to spare words, I don't know.
You look like you want to say something. I have no idea what you want. All right, I'll try to guess. The Lady of the Lake wants to see me? I shouldn't keep a goddess waiting. Farewell.
And Lady of the Lake. Truth. Solving the Voginoi quest. So we've also done that, those two. So quest lines. So I don't see how the Voginoi really connect to the personal side of the story. But since the quest is called Alvin, it's the Alvin quest, something's up, and we'll probably figure out what is up exactly until we get to the Lady of the Lake. At least that's my own personal theory, but it is of course just a theory. A jolly theory. Ha ha ha. I don't know. Also, I wonder if you just did the village quest with the wraiths, you probably get the Fisher King wants to see you. You go to the Lady of the Lake. Then you get the quest with solving the problem with the Dagon, and potentially brokering the peace with the Voginoi and the people, the humans, because Voginoi are people too, by all means. So no need to call them something different. Should I save over this file? Yeah. And for prosperity, we will do on this one, yes. And, then you get sent on this. And since we've done both of them, we're just gonna go there and get told that something's up. Maybe. We have turned in all of our contracts, haven't we? Yes, we have. Elvin's not following us to the island. This Ruddle Women is susceptible. Weak to the strong style. It is pretty big. Grumpy Boog and a Dimwit. Start eating our women meat or finding somewhere to sell it. It's funny that you have to run past all these woodlands every time. We need to fight those. No, we don't. That is good. Let us do one of these again, just because. Go. Yes, there we have her, the Lady of the Lake. Truly a goddess whose ass puts others to shame.
Yes?
Or ass, if we are to use actual English, because in English, ass is a donkey and arse is your butt. So,
Why the Fisher King?
Shinaz called you clever. Yet your voice betrays that tone so typical of males who think they may treat their lovers as property.
Milady,
You think yourself the only, the best, the biggest.
what?
Milady,
Males are all alike.
I'm sorry. I'll be going.
You're too old to take offense. Not everyone can master the bedroom.
I'm going.
I jest. It wasn't that bad. Now we are even.
Okay, so it's a sensitive subject, but she must love the Fisher King, and he probably loves her. So, an unsolved mystery.
Milady, it seems I am needed in murky waters.
Destiny has brought you here. We must speak.
Naturally.
I am a goddess. You are the sword of destiny. Death has followed you for years.
Perhaps.
Accept this gift from the Lady of the Lake. It will help you fulfill your destiny.
What gift is that?
Kneel, Geralt of Rivia, White Wolf. You traveled a long path fraught with danger. You demonstrated courage and goodness. By divine power, I hereby knight you. Face your enemies without fear. Safeguard the helpless. Never lie, even if it means your death. That is your oath. Arise a knight. Destiny will give you no rest. A long road lies ahead. I see death and blood. I see frosty chaos. Take this sword as a sign of my favor. Once the blade of a great warrior, it lay in the depths for ages, awaiting your arrival.
Milady.
Shh, Witcher. It matters not if you believe in destiny. With the blade I present you, you will complete your mission.
Thank you, milady.
Go, White Wolf, and do what must be done. May you fulfill your destiny.
So, our old rune sword is down. Like she was worth seeing. Sent with what looks like an exceptional sword, it is light, sharp as a razor, and fits the hand neatly. Also a gift from a goddess, feeling it will be very useful. Nice. As she said, we've demonstrated goodness. So because of how we've handled things, and that we haven't just, by all means, been a retard, we have been rewarded. The sword. Alvin quest. I think it's important. And let's see what it is. Aerondight. Plus 60% damage, plus 10% attack, chance of critical effects, pain, blinding, incineration, and precise hit plus 50%. This sword is good. Truly the gift of a goddess. What now? Worth seeing. The Longinoid priest has also disappeared. I suppose it's time for us to head back to Murky Waters. There's still plenty of game ahead of us, so this sword, Aerondight, it will help us. It will help us greatly. And having played the game, and I've forgotten that bit of dialogue, I can't help but smile because it's decent foreshadowing, let's just put it like that. It's really good. I like it. Oh, that's Berengar.
Berengar?
I betrayed Kier Moran's location to the Salamandra leader. Then I helped them with their research. I was hunting the beast in the outskirts of Vizima when they captured me. I escaped and ran into Kalkstein, accepting his offer to open the tower in the swamp. That's when they nabbed me again. They weren't as nice the second time around. Finding Alvin, bringing him to them was the only way I could save my skin.
Why are you telling me this?
I wanted to tell you to your face. See that famous icy glare of yours?
I don't intend to judge you. Enough, trait. I don't hear remorse. All I hear is self-pity. You hate what the witches did to you, all right. But you join a group that subjects children to experiments with mutagens. Get out of my sight. As Scroll said earlier, he's a witcher, he's not one to judge. And he himself has done things to not completely bad things to protect those he loves and protect himself. But he understands where Berengar is coming from, and so on. So I'm gonna go with number 1.
I don't intend to judge you.
Does that mean you understand? You don't condemn me?
I can't condone your choices, but I guess I understand. Yeah, the second one's the same.
I can't condone your choices, but I guess I understand.
Meaning?
Do what you think is right. I'm not your nanny.
Take this. We'll meet again, White Wolf.
Berengar's letter. Let's see. A whole bunch of stuff. Dagon Sab. Admitted he worked with Salamander, she did pay for it. He just laid it all out for us with a circumstance and being in the wrong place at the wrong time would cause this fall, so to speak. Of course, he gave the occasion of Kermorhen to his Salamandra, but everything after that, and even that might have been, well, sort of that. Following and distracted so long, found myself unable to strike Berengar down. He's flawed and full of doubt, but he become a decent individual someday. But he will become a decent individual someday. I wonder how Berengar's story will end. I doubt we'll meet again. Okay. And the character entry. A serious conversation with Berengar, which left me with a better understanding of his experiences and motivations. Berengar seemed moved and decided to seek peace elsewhere, far away from trouble. Our inventory, we should have a letter from Berengar. Berengar's letter. I always believed the witches had stripped me of the ability to communicate with humans. Now I know this to be untrue. Whatever the reasons, I cannot talk to people, so I write this letter instead. Herein I admit, I am a coward. I fear pain, capacitation and death. I was afraid of Kermorhen, afraid when I fought monsters, and finally, I feared the Professor and Asar Javed, especially the latter. He supervises Salamandra's scientific project, creating deadly creatures from black magic and mutagens. He is a powerful mage, but if my plan works, he will be a dead mage, and the witch's secrets will be safe. In spite of everything, I am content our paths crossed as I set off now for Vizima. Berengar. Berengar wrote a letter in which he admitted that he was a coward, that he had collaborated with Salamandra, and that he had betrayed Kermorhen. I was moved by our meeting. Berengar set off to Vizima to catch Asar Javed in the hidden Salamandra laboratory. Okay. So Berengar's going to set it all right. He's going to try to redeem himself. And that is, well, what any man should wish for if he's done a mistake. Redeem yourself. Make your wrongs are right. Let's take this boat back. Skuld also sat in the monologue after freeing Alina. It's not about choosing the lesser evil. Not necessarily about doing what's right either. But if other people decide to just act out evil, you too become evil if you condone that or if you join them. Let's see what's this.
Geralt of Rivia. I've oft heard of your death.
Forgive me, but I don't think I've ever heard of yours.
White Rayla. What brings you here, Witcher?
Slaying monsters. Nothing unusual.
Have you seen a unit of elves in the area?
No, no units.
Watch what you say. You're hardly untouchable. If I discover you working with the Scoia'tael...
Threatening me?
No. Merely helping you to avoid a serious error whose consequences might prove too dire for you to handle.
You watch your step too. I'm not some emaciated elf. I can defend myself.
I don't doubt it. Know that Vizima is burning. Non-humans have turned it into a war zone. Those poor starving elves are murdering humans by the dozen. My orders are to halt the unit to Ruvialep Shahil commands, and I won't have you getting in my way. They're cowering in the village and have taken hostages. We'll attack soon.
I'll talk to the elves. Maybe they'll listen to reason.
Siegfried vouched for you, so I'll give you a chance. Your intervention at the bank prevented the Scoia'tael from gaining gold to buy arms and provisions. Though weak, I doubt they'll heed you. But you never know. Promise them a fair trial if they lay down their arms.
I'll try to persuade them. Wait until I return.
You have my word.
She was also, in the books, White Raylan. Back then, she was Black Raylan. Supposedly turned white from stress. And she's a racist, let's just put it like that.